I didn't realize that I have to go find patients. I thought that naively that if I put my website on the internet, people will find me.
But as far as doing DPC, I've told people I would drive an Uber first before I'd go back to fee for service. If you're talking to everybody, then you're really not talking to anyone. Like, no one's going to pay attention.
When I go there to work, I get distracted. And then 2 hours later, I'm like, oh my God, I was supposed to work.
Welcome to DPC Life, the podcast where independent doctors share real stories, bold ideas, and the freedom of doing medicine on your own terms. I'm your host, Dr. Ann Gonzalez, and together we'll explore the wins, the struggles, and everything in between. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the DPC Life podcast, where we talk about all things DPC and beyond the office. Today, I'm sitting down with Dr. Moizah Saad, an internal medicine physician who made the bold leap from California to New Jersey, jumped headfirst into DPC, and is still in the trenches figuring it out. We're going to talk about her journey, what went wrong, what she's learning, and what it really takes to find your footing in direct primary care. If you've ever thought, I'll just open my doors and patients will come, then this episode is for you. Let's get into it. So today, my guest is Dr. Moizah Saad. She is an internal medicine doctor, transplant from California to New Jersey. She has a DPC/hybrid practice, and so we're going to talk about that today, hear about how she got into DPC, and then talk about some of the struggles and what we can do to try and maybe help move things forward and grow her practice. So welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for coming on and sharing your experiences, because DPC is, as people say, it's a different kind of hard, which unfortunately you found that different kind of hard. But it's good to know that it's not just you who's struggling.
Yeah.
There are so many other DPC doctors that have some of the same problems that you're having. And so it's just fair to say, okay, there are people who are doing really well. They open up and they have 100 patients within 2 months, but then there's also people who are open for years and only have 20 or 30 patients. And DPC, I'm just a strong believer in DPC that no matter where you live, whether you are in rural America or in a city, it will work. It's just trying to find your ideal patient, right? So, well, tell us a little bit about how you came to DPC, and then we'll get into the coaching part.
So I opened a DPC. First of all, I moved from California to New Jersey 2 years ago. I was in California for 9 years in corporate medicine, totally burnt out. So I moved to New Jersey 2 years ago to be closer to my parents. My whole family is on the East Coast. I brought my family, my husband, and my kids. And I told my husband, okay, I'm not doing corporate medicine anymore. I went to the DPC Summit right before moving. I was so pumped. So I kind of opened my micro practice, DPC micro practice, but I did not know that I have to market. I assumed that I'm going to open the doors and people are going to come in because I was so, I
It's
was in the
exciting.
corporate world.
Yeah, yeah.
And so people don't just walk in. You
Yes.
have to market. And I struggled with marketing for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
I only acquired like 3 DPC patients in that whole year. But I was also working a side job. I work as a hospitalist as well, part-time.
Okay.
And then finally, my husband, he's also a physician. He's family medicine. I'm internal medicine.
Okay.
He was like, okay, New Jersey's really strange and there's no DPC in my area. Like people don't know DPC in New Jersey. There are probably only like 3 DPC clinics that I found in the entire state. It's not a
Really?
lot.
I'm
Yes, yes.
surprised.
Me
Wow.
too. I was very surprised. But anyway, he was like, okay, DPC, you're not gonna survive as a DPC doctor because people don't know what DPC is. And it's been a year, so just do start accepting insurances. So I credentialed with insurances. So I'm kind of doing a hybrid now. My passion is still DPC. I want to be DPC totally, but I am accepting insurances as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell everybody who walks in, this is what DPC is. My hope is maybe in 2 years, I'll be able to convert the whole patient panel into DPC. And in the meantime, still attract patients who don't have insurance, perhaps in the DPC model. And I have acquired, like, opened the doors for the new practice in December, end of December. And I think I learned about DPC first on Physician Mom Group, which is a Facebook group. And I got curious, and then I started Googling it, and then I came across the DPC Summit. This was, I think, 3 years ago now, in 2023, I believe. And I went to the summit and I fell in love with the entire concept. First of all, you're like, oh my God, is this even true?
Right.
So, it sounds too good to be true, right?
Yep.
But as I kept reading and I joined the DPC Facebook group, the DPC Docs group on Facebook, I was like, oh my God, this is
Yeah.
true. It
is.
looks like working for a lot of physicians and it sounds amazing.
Right.
That's how I discovered it. And
Yeah.
I told everybody, everybody who will listen, I tell them about DPC. And most people have the same reaction that, yeah, no, it sounds too good to be true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it works, but the too good to be true part is that it does take a lot of work to get
It does take a lot of work.
it moving, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yes.
So tell us again, what year was it that you moved to New Jersey?
I moved to New Jersey in 2023.
So right after you found out about
Yes.
DPC. Okay.
Yes, that's when I moved. And then I kind of haphazardly opened my practice, DPC practice. And I'm not a very type A person. I kind of figure out on the go. I don't plan really well, which is a downfall. But I think too much planning is not good either.
Yeah.
So I kind of put together an LLC real quick. I made a logo on Fiverr. I made a quick website. I think I hired somebody for a quick website. I didn't pay them a lot. And I was like, okay, this is my DPC. It's a micro practice. I launched my website. Didn't have anybody sign up for it. I didn't realize that I have to go find patients. I thought that naively that if I put my website on the internet, people will find me. That's not the case. So coming from the corporate world, that was a huge learning curve. Because in the corporate world, you just show up to work and people just come in like patients upon patients and upon patients, right? They just walk into the door. And as a physician working in the corporate world, you never see the side of marketing or even what's done behind, like on the phone, right? When patients call the clinic, you only know, okay, patient is in your office, you're seeing them, ordering tests and answering emails. That's all you know.
Right.
So I had no idea what a business is, how to run a business. I was just so super excited about DPC that I kind of just jumped in, which I don't regret because that's how sometimes you learn. And I'm still learning every single day.
Oh, yeah. Every single day. I think today I was just looking at, I think it was the DPC Docs group and one of the direct primary care groups, and someone said, are there any regrets? Does anyone have any regrets about doing DPC? And I don't have any regrets about doing DPC. Now, I do have some regrets about some of the decisions I've made in DPC. But as far as doing DPC, I've told people I would drive an Uber first before I'd go back to fee for service.
Yes, I told my husband that if I need to go back to corporate medicine, if this fails, then I'm probably becoming a cleaning lady. Like I'll open a cleaning service company or something because I do like to clean. So I don't know, maybe that's what I'll do next.
It's good to have
But
a backup, right?
I don't want to go back to corporate medicine.
Yeah. So tell us the name of your practice.
It's called Jersey Family Health.
All right. So it is location oriented. So that's always not a bad place to start. I had a question about, you went to the DPC Summit. Which one was this?
This was the one in Minnesota. in Minneapolis.
And I want to say, okay, that was not the year. That was the year before Doug Farrago did his talk about why DPCs fail.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't see that talk.
Yeah, no, that
Mm-hmm.
was because that year I remember talking with him about it, and he's like, I wonder if anyone's ever done a real study to figure out why. And then I think after that, he just really started calling people and trying to
Mm-hmm.
find out if there's some kind
Mm-hmm.
of like unifying something.
Yes.
And the one thing that I really did take away from it was sometimes people aren't cut out for it because personality
Mm-hmm.
wise, it just doesn't fit their personality, that or
Mm-hmm.
they're just just really so uncomfortable with putting themselves out there and talking to people
Mm-hmm.
about DPC.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were some other reasons that he said, just some like family illnesses, things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
it was, I think that was probably one of the biggest things. It was overhead and then also just not marketing enough.
Marketing is hard. Like there's no magic formula, I think.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it takes time as well, but I'm trying different things. Putting yourself out there is hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big talker. Like I don't really seek out to talk to people. If people
Mm-hmm.
want to talk to me, I'll talk to them.
Right.
But it's hard to go and seek people out.
Right.
And
Yeah.
being in a new area is also tough
Oh gosh,
because
yes.
nobody knows you. You don't
Right.
really know anybody either.
Mm-hmm.
That's been hard. And social media, I'm not good with social media at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like social. I used to use the word hate
Mm-hmm.
social media, but somebody told me recently you can't say that. Like you have to do social media. So I'm trying to be better
Mm-hmm.
with social media, but I still don't understand it completely. Like
Mm-hmm.
today I was trying to ask ChatGPT, what is a tag? What does that mean on social media? And how do you tag people? I
Okay.
still don't understand it.
Yep. Okay.
So all of these things have been very, very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I am learning and I really, really believe in DPC. I think DPC is the future of primary
Mm-hmm.
care in this country.
Yep.
So I'm not giving up yet.
Fantastic. And there's that saying, the only way that you fail is if you give up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've got the drive, which is wonderful, and it's been a couple years already, and you're still at it. So, just just keep going.
Yes, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
going.
So, well, let's see. I'm going to ask you a few things and see if there's any way that maybe I can help you think about things differently as far as how to market yourself and what things you
Mhm.
can do. So, first off, who is your ideal patient?
Oh, I think that might be a problem because I think everybody's my ideal patient.
You're not the only one
I'm
who says this.
I'm primary care, so I'm like, I want to
Exactly.
help everybody. Yes,
Exactly.
all adults, any adult.
Yeah.
Um, but I think I've done a I've thought about this because you see this everywhere on DPC. You have to find your ideal
Yep.
patient. I think my ideal patient would be like a middle age. So I think two groups: middle
Mm-hmm.
aged women
Mm-hmm.
who are kind of in their late 30s, early 40s to 50s, mid to late 50s, so
Mm-hmm.
kind of like perimenopause, menopause
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
age.
Yep.
And then that's one group. The other group would be older women,
Mm-hmm.
so 65, 70, because I do love geriatrics as well.
Mm-hmm.
um so those are my two ideal groups,
Yep.
and I have not targeted them yet.
Yeah.
Like I haven't done any targeted marketing
Okay.
because I don't know how to
Mm-hmm.
do it.
Okay. Well, yes, it is difficult for primary care doctors to narrow down their focus because that's why they went into primary care, right? They like it all and they like to treat everyone, so it's hard. But you do have to pick someone. So,
Mhm.
one thing that I tell people is who is your favorite patient? And maybe not now, but maybe when you were in California, who was your favorite patient to see and why? And what was that person like? So, just kind of think about that. And do you have anyone in mind?
I have patients from all across, some men patients. They were so awesome. patients with lots of chronic illnesses. Because when you help them out and when you put everything together and it clicks in their brain, they're like, oh my God, now it makes sense. That's so rewarding.
Yes.
So some patients with a lot of chronic illnesses,
Mm-hmm.
and then middle-aged women, because sometimes we just need somebody to listen to them.
Sure. Right.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
not
So,
one particular group.
well, I know no one likes to pick a favorite child, but you have to pick a favorite. So if you had to pick a favorite, like when I think about my favorite patient, I think of same thing, kind of middle-aged woman about my age. We just get along really well. We chit-chat about our kids and our families and about what we're doing outside of work and stuff. And like this is a person that I think I would be like, so it would be great. It'd be like, hey, let's go grab a coffee and just hang out and talk. And that would be my favorite patient. So that's who I'm thinking of. So think of someone that you feel you just really kind of mesh with, you get along really well.
Mm-hmm.
Who would that person be?
Yeah, so for 40s, 50s in
No,
that
think of
age
one
group.
person. Don't think about a group. I want
Oh,
you to think
just
about
one
a
person.
person. A person.
Oh, one
Like
person,
one of your
really?
patients. Yeah. Think about that
Oh
person.
man, that's hard.
I know.
One person. So I don't have any in New Jersey yet, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Think back, back in California.
California?
I know it's been a while.
Yes. Those were older patients.
Mm-hmm.
Those were, yeah, Medicare patients.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't pick that person.
You did you say you can't?
I can't I can't pick
Oh, you're not opted out.
when I'm older. No, I
Okay,
can't
got it.
because I still work at the hospital.
That's right. Okay.
Yes, yes. So I'm gonna make up a patient. I have one in my head.
Okay. All right. So tell me about this patient who is, I'm
Mhm.
assuming it's a she. Tell me more
She,
about her.
yes. So working mom
Mm-hmm.
has kids who are like 10-year-old, 11, so a little bit older. They don't need her all the time, but she works, she comes home, she cooks dinner, she's super busy, but she is like, I don't feel energetic. I'm tired all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
And even though she has everything, she feels sad and depressed sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when she feels sad and depressed, what does she do?
She doesn't know what to do. Actually, I do have a person in my mind now, actually.
Okay, good. Tell me about that
Yes,
person.
yes. So this person, actually I'm trying to help her right now. So this is the person that I was just mentioning,
Mm-hmm.
all the issues. So we're trying to kind of figure out, okay, what's going on, how to figure things out and how to make a plan that's gonna work for her.
So what draws you to this person? Why is she your favorite patient?
Because she has seen so many other doctors who haven't listened to her. So being there for her and just sit down and listening to all the symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we like, I don't know what will work, but we will try.
Mm-hmm.
And the hope that I see in her eyes when I just sit down and listen and I
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, we'll try something. We'll try this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it will work, maybe it won't.
Mm-hmm.
So that hope really draws me. It's
Mm-hmm.
very, very rewarding.
Right. And when you tell her, we're going to try this, let's see what happens, if she's hopeful, what else? How does she receive that? Is she agreeable to that?
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, very agreeable. And
Mm-hmm.
also, she has her own ideas too, like what might help her.
Mm-hmm.
And again, she feels very happy and relieved
Mm-hmm.
that a physician is listening to her ideas and
Right.
not just saying, oh, you don't know anything. Listen to me because I'm the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So being that doctor who sits down and listens to patients' ideas as well, I think it's much, much needed,
Mm-hmm.
which is hard to do in corporate medicine.
Right.
So it's very rewarding to be able to do that in the DPC world.
So what I'm hearing is you enjoy, and this is very internal medicine, right? Like the puzzles.
Yes, I love puzzles. I actually wanted to write an article that I became a physician because, not because I like puzzles, I like mysteries. I want to
The
be the first
mysteries.
one
Yeah.
to find out what the problem is.
Right?
It could be like a detective.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, that's why I love internal medicine.
Yes, yes. My partner in the practice is internal medicine and she's exactly the same way. So I always tease her about it.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so you like the complex patients. You like having to really think about their problems and their issues, their diagnoses. You like to help out when no one else has helped. Does that
Yes,
sound right?
yes.
So it sounds like your ideal patient is probably a woman, probably because when you think about people who have multiple issues and kind of get brushed off by medicine, it's a woman,
Yes,
unfortunately.
yes, it's true.
And so a woman, and how old is this patient that you're thinking of?
She is in her 40s, so
Okay.
early 40s. Yeah,
So she's in
40.
that age range
Yeah,
that you were talking
42.
about.
Yeah.
Uh huh. Yeah. So somebody who's got multiple issues, maybe not been addressed before,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe felt brushed off or gaslit by doctors or by medicine in general. And how did she find you, this one, this patient that you're thinking of?
This patient found me, I can't say too much because of HIPAA.
Sure.
It's very specific.
Mm.
But she found me through like a community group on WhatsApp because I was
Oh,
putting my cards on WhatsApp groups that I belong
mm-hmm.
to.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I haven't heard anyone saying that they got their patient from WhatsApp yet, so that's a new one.
Oh, I've gotten a few actually.
Hey.
Not necessarily DPC patients. They're in
Uh-huh.
insurance patients, but
Mm-hmm.
I am in a lot of WhatsApp groups. I'm a Muslim, so there are lots of like Muslim groups, like Christian groups, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people in the Muslim community, lots of Muslims live in New Jersey, and there are lots of mosques in New
Mm-hmm.
Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So each mosque has a WhatsApp group. So I've been like, if they will allow me, I put my I put my card there. So
Okay.
a couple of people have found me through
Uh-huh.
that.
Okay. And so what, you just put a picture of your business card in the
And I
group?
say a blurb, okay, I'm a primary care doctor. I just opened my practice. If anybody needs to see me, just give me a call.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I've heard of, I don't use WhatsApp a ton. I use it a little bit. And I'm just curious, did you use your WhatsApp in California too? Is this like a regional thing or?
I wasn't very active on WhatsApp in California, actually. It
Okay.
might be regional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's really big in New Jersey. Everything is on WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I
Yes.
think it's a very kind of international thing. So people outside of the US, a lot of people do use it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so maybe
Yes.
because there's so many people from different countries in New Jersey, I'm
Yes.
just guessing.
Yes.
Okay.
That's true.
But that's really interesting. And I've heard of WhatsApp referred to as a social network or social media as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yes.
guess that's kind of why, it's
Mm-hmm.
a little off the grid social,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So yeah, but that's really interesting. So that's a source. It's a referral source or a place that you can tap into. So when you put your information out there, is it like you're only allowed to do it one time, or can you put more
It
posts or
depends on the
whatever?
group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it depends on the group. Some groups only do like marketing Monday. You can only do it on Monday. So I've been doing that regularly. Some groups, for example, my kids' class
Mm-hmm.
group, they don't have any rules because it's just moms in that group.
Okay.
So once in a while, I say, hey, I'm still here.
Yep.
And I have gotten a few patients that way as
Okay.
well.
Yeah.
So I am using WhatsApp, I think, to the fullest.
Yeah.
But again, it's not DPC specific.
Sure.
Um, yeah, and I tried that when I had my pure DPC
Mm-hmm.
clinic, but people just didn't get it. Like people don't understand DPC in New Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
so that's why I don't really advertise DPC on WhatsApp. I
Mm-hmm.
just say, okay, these are the insurances I accept.
So there's an opportunity there to educate, right, about DPC. I mean, people obviously don't know about it. So,
People don't know about it. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And
Yeah.
I mean, the only way you're going to get DPC patients is to talk about DPC,
Yes, yes.
right? So,
Yeah.
so the first thing is figuring out who your ideal patient is. So, a woman, midlife, maybe many medical problems, been looking for the right doctor to listen to her. And I would just try to kind of really think more about how you would describe your ideal patient. And then
Mm-hmm.
once you have your ideal patient, then you know who you're talking to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're talking to everybody, then you're really not talking to anyone. Like no one's going to pay attention because you're just
Mm-hmm.
kind of another doctor, right?
Yes.
But you need to really catch the attention of your ideal patient. So, when you do talk about DPC or you talk about who your patients are, or you're trying to call out your patient, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you say things like, "Hey, I'm Dr. Saad, I'm internal medicine, I have a direct primary care practice, and what's different about my practice is I have time to listen, especially if you've had chronic medical problems and you feel like you've been gaslit by the medical community, that doctors don't listen, that there's no time. We do things differently at my practice. My patients get 60-minute visits so we can really listen, so I can really listen and figure out what's going on with you."
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's really good.
So, but the reason why it's good is because it's talking specifically to one person.
Yes.
So when you just have to think about your ideal patient, because other people are going to hear that too and they think, "Oh, that sounds amazing. I want that doctor too." But
Mm-hmm.
those women that hear themselves in your words, those are the ones you want them to say, "That sounds like me. And
Mm-hmm.
she gets me."
Oh, yes, yes. So you should do that like in social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you talk to somebody about your practice, yeah, you want
Okay.
to make it very focused. And you'll find that things that are really very, very specific, they're actually pretty universal. It sounds
Mm-hmm.
kind of funny when you say it that way, but really, and it's kind of the same thing. It's you're trying to find that one person because there's not just one person who's like your patient that you're thinking of. There's
Mm-hmm.
hundreds, maybe thousands of people like that where you live.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You don't need 1,000. You just need 200, 300,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes. Yes.
So being very, very specific, and the very first thing is know who your patient is, know who you're
Mm-hmm.
talking to, and then it kind of comes from it. Everything kind of goes from there.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
So now that we have spoken about your messaging, we're going to take a break and return next week, and we will talk more about the messaging and then how to get that message out. So thank you for listening. Thank you, Dr. Saad, for being here, and we will continue next week.
Thank you.
Big thank you to Dr. Moizah Saad for being so open and honest about where she's been and where she's going. This is part 1 of a 2-part coaching session. And next week, we're diving into messaging and how to actually get that message in front of the right people. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Before you go, I have a quick favor to ask. We want to make this podcast as useful as possible for you. And the best way to do that is to hear from you directly. We've put together a short 2-minute survey, just a few questions about what's been most helpful for you and what topics you want to hear more about. And as a thank you, everyone who completes it will receive a free branded DPC slide presentation that you can customize for your practice and use in your own marketing. The link is in the show notes. It takes less than 2 minutes and it genuinely helps shape what we do here. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next week for the next episode of DPC Life. Thank you for listening to DPC Life. If today's conversation inspired you, hit follow, leave a review, and share it with a friend who's ready for change. Remember, wherever you are in the journey, your DPC family has your back. Until next time, keep building a practice and a life that truly fits you.